Educational Communications and this station present Environmental Directions with Nancy Pearlman. On this series, we explore the effects of human influence on the Earth's ecosystems and discuss solutions to environmental problems which affect the quality of life on this planet. Environmental Directions gives you the kind of information you need to help you participate in decisions impacting your community, the nation, and the world. Now, here's your host, Nancy Pearlman.
Hello. With me is Amanda Moyer. She is the program manager for the Earthquake Early Warning Program at the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Nancy. Great to be with you.
You obviously want people here in California, even though we have earthquakes all over the country, to be prepared for that natural disaster. But I would assume that being prepared for any natural disaster is important. What are the key elements of being ready when the environment is doing its own thing and not paying attention to what we want?
Yes, so we at Cal OES encourage everyone to be prepared before, during, and following any disaster. Earthquake Warning California, in particular, can help Californians be prepared before an earthquake occurs. Some of those resources with Earthquake Warning California include information about constructing emergency plans specific to earthquakes, but general emergency plans as well. How to protect yourself and your family before, during, and after an earthquake. And some of those tools that can help you be prepared before an earthquake include the MyShake application, which is a smartphone application developed in partnership with Cal OES and UC Berkeley that provides users with a few seconds of notification that shaking from an earthquake is about to occur. So there's the MyShake app. There's Android earthquake alerts now that were announced by Android and Google in early August, developed in partnership with Cal OES and USGS. And then there's also wireless emergency alerts, government alerts, free notification that's delivered to cell phones in emergency situations.
I have been through earthquakes, having grown up and lived in Southern California my whole life, and they don't last a long time, although that minute or two feels like hours when you're really seeing those walls go back and forth. And then you get up from wherever you are and you see the massive destruction in your home where you have to push through furniture and books and everything else that's fallen on the floor, and also be careful about what might have broken, the glasses and other items that are dangerous. And so I learned a long time ago that our personal kit, we need to have that flashlight, we need to have shoes, we need to have food because we might not be able to cook, and of course water. Our utilities that we are so dependent on and think that they're always there might not be. How much do we have to keep in a storeroom or in a container of these emergency items?
Yes, so earthquake warnings provide people in specific areas with a few extra moments to take protective action, such as drop cover and hold on. You can visit our website, www.earthquake.ca.gov. For more specific preparedness information and checklists are available to help one be prepared, again, before an earthquake occurs.
I think that we have to make sure, too, that we are in touch with our neighbors. Communications may be down. Cell phone towers may be down after the earthquake. Landlines may not work. We may not be able to call 911. We have to call people in our area to assist and aid us. Getting to know our neighbor, that seems to be an important thing to do, isn't it?
Absolutely. Resources included in Earthquake Warning California provide information for business sectors to plan for life-saving action in the event of an alert, such as slowing mass transit systems and powering down equipment or bringing elevators to an emergency stop.
I hope I'm not caught in an earthquake in an elevator. I've gotten in the habit, if it's just a few floors, get my exercise and walk the stairs. I'm always worried here in Los Angeles about earthquakes. We also have to be aware that we do have to take care of ourselves sometimes. Something that I've never seen the governmental agencies or groups promoting earthquake preparedness or fire preparedness, whether or not it's the state of California or the Red Cross, are things like solar cookers. I have a simple, easy solar cooker so that I can boil water, make water safe. I can cook food. I just put the food out in it and let the sun do its work. I'm surprised that these aren't being promoted to a greater degree.
The goal of Earthquake Warning California is to direct residents, Californians, to free tools and resources and information such as the smartphone apps and alerts and government wireless emergency alerts that I mentioned. And the state has made a significant investment to encourage earthquake preparedness. Last year's enacted budget included a $16.3 one-time general fund to finish the build-out of the Earthquake Warning California system on the backbone of the California Integrated Seismic Network. And this includes finishing the seismic station installations, adding GPS stations to the network, and improving telemetry. Seismic Integration Network provides the ground motion data needed to estimate the magnitude, location, and expected shaking of an earthquake to produce a shake alert warning. That's then sent to the smartphone apps and the other alert systems.
I know that I live on the San Andreas Fault. It's a very famous earthquake fault. How many faults do we have in California? Where's the shaking going to be most serious? And quite frankly, do you have an early warning of when we're going to have the, quote, big one?
As we know, all California is earthquake country, and we just don't know when the next big earthquake is going to occur, and that's why it's so important to get the word out about the exciting, innovative technology that exists to give people, again, just those few moments in advance of shaking that could potentially save their life.
There was a fair one time where I got in a booth that had the shaking. I've experienced it in person. I'm always surprised when I have visitors who haven't been through an earthquake and they feel the shaking. Is the shaking such that we have to worry about where we're standing? Because I was told we're supposed to stand in the doorways. Is that still the case?
The protective action that we encourage is to drop cover and hold on, or lock cover and hold on. Wireless emergency alert do go out under different thresholds, alerting thresholds. So the MyShake application that I mentioned, MyShake alerts are used in response to a magnitude 4.5 earthquake to people who will experience a shaking level 3, which is weak or greater. The Android alert that I mentioned is used in response to a magnitude 4.5 as well earthquake to people who will experience the shaking level 3. So the alerting threshold for the MyShake app and the Android earthquake alert are the same. The alerting threshold for the wireless emergency alert, the WEA, is used in response to a magnitude 5.0 earthquake or greater to people who will experience a shaking level that is light or greater.
Is it a myth, or is it proven by scientific studies that the real warning system are cats and dogs, that they sense something happening before we do, and we should look at their behavior?
The Earthquake Warning California system, it uses the science of ground motion sensors and sensors in the smartphones to detect an earthquake before humans can feel it.
When I introduced our segment, I mentioned that earthquakes are just one natural disaster. We also have fires, particularly here in California. And we also have, when the rains are hitting hard, flooding and conditions there. Is preparedness the same as the early warning systems in the Governor's Office of Emergency Services tackling these other natural disasters in the same way? Or what's different about them? What's the same?
The wireless emergency alerts are general emergency alerts, not just for earthquakes. They're authorized. National, state, and local government authorities can send the WEA messages for incidents such as Amber Alerts or severe weather warnings, and the users must opt in on their mobile device settings to allow we a notification. So that's an important piece of the wireless to receive the wireless emergency alerts.
You are in a program focused on the early warning, but the Office of Emergency Services has to deal with all the environmental emergencies that we are confronting these days, particularly due to climate change. Is the preparedness, is the warning such that we should be prepared in the same way for all these other natural disasters? I know that I have a folder of all my important passwords and credit card names and numbers and all that kind of information that I can just grab at a second's notice and get out of the building, so I have it available. That would seem to be important no matter what the emergency may be. When we are being warned about earthquakes, can we apply the same principles to how to prepare and be warned for all environmental disasters?
Yes, so when you take the steps to prepare for an earthquake, you are also preparing for other disasters such as fires or floods.
And so some of that preparedness, as I said, have those financial papers, but also your medicines and even copies of your important family photos.
Absolutely. And a full list of the recommended preparedness actions can be found on our website in the preparedness section at www.earthquake.ca.gov.
I want to thank you so very much for reminding us that we can really never be prepared enough, but that also there's new technology, apps to help us be prepared and warn us so that we can take appropriate action. Thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you for having me. And yes, while there's so many situations in our lives that can catch us off guard, it's exciting that with the new innovative tools and technology that now earthquakes don't have to catch us off guard, that we have tools and resources to not be caught off guard.
Thank you. I have been speaking with Amanda Moyer, who is Program Manager with the Earthquake Early Warning Program at the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services. I'm Nancy Pearlman. Thank you very much for joining us, and do tune in again next week.
If you would like free information about these environmental issues, go to www.ecoprojects.org or call 310-559-9160. Environmental Directions with your host, Nancy Pearlman, is a community affairs program of the nonprofit organization Educational Communications and this station.